What up, boys, and welcome back to yet another video. So, Blizzard finally did a survey, which is quite obvious that they're hinting at a Classic Plus, where they're asking questions, some questions that will stir up a lot of drama in the WoW community of what players would like to see in an upcoming Classic version of the game. And we're going to go through all of those, and it should be very interesting because there's already a lot of drama heating up on the forums. But before we do so, though, massive thank you for all of the support on the 0 to 10 million gold guide. The 0 to 10 million gold guide is a digital guide that you can easily open up on your computer. It features the best tactics and methods that I personally use in order to make hundreds of millions of gold. Even better is the fact that it comes with a lifetime of free updates. And I really do mean a lifetime. Like, if there's a new patch to the game, even new expansions, I update the exact same gold guide with the new best methods of making gold, and I send that updated version to your email automatically, completely for free. So check it out with the link down below in the description. Use the discount code STUDENT and you'll get it for 50% off. And that also counts for the Cataclysm Classic and the brand new Mist of Pandaria Classic Gold Guide. If you're playing Classic WoW, that's the place to be. Find it linked down below as well with the same discount code STUDENT for 50% off. So you guys have probably seen these surveys before. Selected people receive them, and then Blizzard asks them a lot of questions, and you pretty much got to tell your opinion about it. Is that something you like or something that you don't like? So I want to be clear about this, though. Like, you guys shouldn't, like, I'm going to say my honest opinion about each and one of these points, and it's not like I'm the guru and I know what's best for the game. I'm just speaking from a personal preference right here, because I feel like most of these things are more related to the retail player base and not that much towards the classic player base. Like, I want to start off by saying that if you're a classic Andy and you prefer like OG vanilla classic, a lot of these things you're gonna fucking hate. But if you're a retail player and you really enjoyed Season of Discovery, as an example, you're probably gonna really like a lot of these things that Blizzard is suggesting. So the first thing we're taking a look at is playable shamans on the Alliance side, right? Where in Classic WoW, max level 60, Alliance can also play shamans, Bloodlust, etc. It's something that I don't mind, and I think would spice up the meta and just bring in an additional class that people will want to have in the raid. So it's not only like 27 warriors in each raid. So I don't personally mind that. I don't give a shit about your lore, right? I don't mind that at all. Collections and UI-based storage system for pets, mounts, and toys to free up inventory space. Absolutely love it. I just think it's like a life improvement. It's going to make life easier by not having your mounts and your toys clogged up in your bag. You already are short on bag space in Classic WoW, so I don't personally mind that one. And this one, making all pets, mounts, and toys available to all characters on your account. I don't really mind if they stay separate to the character. There's something about like building up a character, obtaining rare mounts, etc. on that character, and it kind of forces you to have like a main character, like you're playing on that shit because you got the Swift Sulian Tiger. Fuck yeah. But I'm not going to be mad if they do make it account wide, because I think, like, from what I'm reading, like through these questions, is that Blizzard want to make like a call it Classic Plus, where they add new content and like mini expansions to Classic Plus, and I think it becomes very clear later on with some questions. And I think if that's the route that Blizzard want to go, they need to add more content, more stuff to do in the game. Like, Blizzard would need like a reason for players to log on every day. They need people to do to obtain collectibles in terms of battle pets and mounts and whatnot. Because there's a questions about achievements as well. Like, this isolated by itself, I'm like, whatever. But that being account wide. But if they're going to bring in achievements and have Classic Plus as a evergreen game version and keep on adding content to it, like you see in retail with expansions, I think it makes sense. 1 versus 1 dual arenas, I don't really mind that. I don't play PvP in Classic WoW, but like, that's whatever. It wouldn't affect me. New player character models. That's Something that I'm not a big fan of, though, I must admit that. I just feel like there's something nostalgic and cool about, like, call it the poor graphic and the character models in Classic WoW. I feel like it's gonna be too much dragged into the retail version of the game by changing the character models and making everything like Ultra HD and whatnot. In-game events, I mean, I support that. New events that offer different small quests and casual gameplay. We're probably talking about seasonal events that aren't in the Classic WoW, and if they're in Classic WoW, maybe adding some of the quests that came later down the line. Again, evergreen content. You don't want to start off with 4 realms, and in the end, there's only one active realms. It's like one guild that's actively doing raiding. Pet battles. I hate pet battles. Don't care. I'm not even going to read what that says. I don't like it. Leveling profession improvements. Ability to make usable gear for yourself as you level and be able to craft that level appropriate trade skill levels. I never got that part. Like, you can do that in retail as well. You can add items like Relic of the Past, etc., and craft gear appropriate to your levels. You can take a classic item and craft it to a higher item level, making it viable for you. You can have something that requires linen cloth to craft and make it a viable item as a level 50. I don't feel like anyone has ever felt the need to do that, because as you progress your professions, you're going to learn new abilities that will be appropriate for your level. So I don't see that as a must. New class abilities and spells, brand new class abilities and or spell unique to this version of Classic. Depends on what they are, how powerful they are, etc. I mean, I'm definitely open for that. It's not a deal breaker for me, but I feel like they're steering away from what the community is asking. The majority of the community is asking for, because as far as I'm concerned, and everyone has a different opinion about this, which is what makes it so tough, but a lot of people are asking about a classic version of the game that gets new zones, new daily quests, new factions, new raids, new dungeons, but they want to keep pretty much classic to classic. They just want additional content to do in the game, not necessarily new abilities, though. Right, but new abilities could mean that other specs are also viable, meaning that you're going to change things up so you don't have the same classes casting the exact same spell, but in a new dungeon and a new raid. But maybe the new raids and the new dungeons can switch up the play styles a little bit, because now Classic is figured out. Everyone knows what spells to cast, what gear to get at every single phase in the game, and maybe that's going to change it up a little bit. Now, the next question is honor reward redesign. Move honor rewards away from the original WoW model and towards a more seasonal model where new honor rewards are added to coincide with the new PV raid tier update. So pretty much scale it up, like new phase with a new raid, new rewards. That's like actually good. WoW token. This is a secure and convenient way for players to exchange gold for game time or Battle.net balance. A lot of strong opinions about this one. And in my humble opinion, and I think even the people that hate on WoW token being added to the classic game, like everyone must be able to say that Classic WoW, Classic Anniversary right now is a gold buying fiesta. Everyone is buying gold on the Chinese websites. What possible damage could a WoW token do? Like, you can't say that it's a Blizzard is implementing a pay-to-win system. People are already paying to win, right? But by adding a WoW token, people can do that securely. People can play the game and farm gold and be able to play the game for free, right? And hopefully it's also going to make it less lucrative for the bots as well. But if Blizzard is thinking about adding a WoW token, it is pretty clear that they're not making this as a one-year seasonal thing. Like, this new version of Classic WoW is going to be something that's evergreen. They wouldn't implement something like the WoW token for something that would last a year, because it has too much of an impact on the economy. So that's like one of the indicators, together with something like down here, achievements, right? Account-wide perks and progression system and collectibles, that tells me that this is something that's going to last for quite some time and possibly never actually end. Just keep on adding more content to it. Class talent adjustment, streamlining and improving class talent trees to make weaker specs and classes more viable while still maintaining the overall feel and flow of classic combat. That's what I was talking about. Everyone is playing the same specs over and over again. It's figured out. I don't mind this at all. I think it's actually badass. I want to see somebody play an Arcane Mage, right? Account-wide perks and progression system. Playable High Elves. We don't need to talk much about that. Like, I don't want playable High Elves. I don't feel like it's needed, but it's whatever. Revisited known but unexplored zones. Visiting zones that were part of Warcraft history but were never playable in original World of Warcraft. For instance, like Mount Hyjal, Uldum, like everything before Cataclysm. Like, that's what people are asking for. What I believe most people are asking for, at least. I think that would be cool. And then there would be like new dungeons and new raids in those zones as well. New quests, new factions. I love it. Absolutely love it. Player housing. Absolute bullshit. You don't need player housing. Like, get that out of here. Not in Classic WoW. That it doesn't make sense. Achievements. I don't need achievements personally, but I think achievements could help like people to dedicate time and not just raid log in the game. Cross-realm play. Why not? Don't mind it. Even though it does take away the classic feel of you standing in Ironforge and like seeing the same dude in the Ironforge bridge as you do in the dungeon. Now you meet people on different realms as well, but to me it's whatever. I really don't mind that. And honor system redesign, don't have strong opinions about that either. War mode, pretty much every realm is like a normal realm, and then you can toggle PvP and PvE off. It doesn't work, sadly. I think like war mode is a horrible implementation to WoW in general, because what happens is everyone just plays with war mode off, so you can't attack them, and whenever it's convenient for them, and they are like, yeah, I want to go out and do some open world PvP. They can't find anyone, right? Everyone is just walking around hoping that they will see someone PvP flag. They will prepare themselves, and then they will gank the shit out of you while you're fighting or kiting a dinosaur in Ungoro Crater. Brand new zones, yes, yes, yes. 20-player raids, yes. 40-player raids, yes. However, though, what about 10-man raids? I absolutely love 10-man raids above anything else. You can like do it with a close group of friends, couple of guildies. Maybe you're not exactly 10, but you might be 6, 7 people and you pug a couple. I love 10-man raids. I think they were great in Season of Discovery. It's a shame that in Phase 3 we had to go up to 20-player raid. Graphical improvements to lighting, shadows, and surface. That's what I talked about. I don't like them messing around with the graphics. New trade skill, new primary and secondary profession. Interesting. I wonder if they're talking about like implementing, let's say, jewel crafting, like an already existing profession in like modern WoW, but it's not implemented in classic WoW. So that could be interesting. That would also mean that they would have to redo the gear, or maybe it's just the new dungeons and new raids that could drop socketed gear that you could socket. But it's very interesting to see. Graphical texture improvements and resolution upgrades, same stuff, no. New battleground, I think that could be cool. New race and class combinations, and I don't know, I don't need that at all, not really. New character classes that are completely new to the version of World of Warcraft, not Death Knights, Monks, Demon Hunters, or Evokers, but like brand new classes instead. I think that, like, I don't need that at all. I feel like that's something that you would implement in a seasonal thing and not like an Evergreen Classic Plus with a WoW token and achievement system. And then there you go. I didn't know that one was coming. 10-player raids. Yes. Damn right. Cross-realm guilds. It's the same thing. I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of that. Transmogrification. As a gold maker by heart, I mean, I obviously love that. I do. It's like, it's just open up like so much in order to make gold. It makes sense if you implement achievements and collectibles account-wide as well, that not only will people collect the very limited amount of pets and mounts that is in Classic WoW, but when you're talking about transmog, all of a sudden you have a shit ton of items to do, so people can really get busy in Classic. And yes, I'm going to be able to make a shit ton of gold on it. So yeah, I'm definitely on board with that one. But that is what we had for Blizzard's, at least first, survey of probably more to come. This is obviously just Blizzard throwing out a lot of ideas. It doesn't even have to be about Classic Plus. It could just be an additional seasonal thing. But if it was, I feel like it would be weird to implement a WoW token and collectibles and achievements, etc. If it's going to have the same fate as Season of Mastery and Season of Discovery. But it's going to be interesting to see what they do. Please let me know your personal opinions about some of these things down below in the comment section. And if you already have the various gold guides and you're happy with them, you're definitely going to enjoy the VIP Discord as well. On the VIP Discord, you get to view all of my YouTube videos before they go public on YouTube, so you get a small advantage. You also get exclusive access to gold tips, multiple spreadsheets for gold making, and you also get access to my investments, basically what I'm investing for stuff like player housing, upcoming patches, upcoming expansions, and much, much more. But that will be linked with the gold guides down below. I appreciate you all watching my videos, and I will see you all back in at tomorrow's video. But until then, bye-bye.